Well. Once again, we're rolling the cameras in the studio at Love Them Knives headquarters, LTK, and we got something for you today. The TwoSun TS 73, and there's something different about this. First of all, it's a big freaking mess. So let's wipe the blade down a little bit. I guess I've been getting a little schmutzy with it. Boy, that thing's... So we got a mirror blade. And we've got this anode scale. TwoSun, Chinese made. Just in case maybe we need to do a little catching up. I'm sorry. Not everybody knows this brand of knives. They sell them on eBay, and they're also on DHgate. Not all the models are on DHgate or AliExpress, whatever. Some of them are. This one is. I think you can get this for about $45 on DHgate, last I checked. Which is, like I checked just a few minutes ago. See? $43.72. You can get that, and it actually says TwoSun on the blade. But, see, it's titanium D2 ball bearings, framelock flipper, and it flips really nice. And yes, it's got ball bearing pivot, and this one locks up at about 30%, I'd say. You got a nice hardened steel insert that if you get the light just right, you can kind of see that. And it's got a little over travel stop. You can see that little piece showing through there. So that's nice. D2 blade, titanium scales, and this one has been pimped. Yeah, see the ano thing? Of course, it was a darker scale to begin with. I mean, dark scale to begin with. So they didn't like just bead blast it off and go to the lighter tie underneath and then ano it. They just anoed right over it, looks like. So it gave these raised areas kind of this rainbow effect. Depending on the, if you just lay it down, you don't really see it. But as you move it in the light, yeah, then you see it. So, interesting, huh? Of course, this is steel, this pocket clip. So, that's not going to be affected the same way as the titanium. So you got stainless steel hardware. I think this guy, I got this knife from a viewer that goes to college up in Flagstaff, northern Arizona. And he got it from a guy on Instagram that had pimped it and just threw it up on his Instagram site and said, yeah, looky, I done. And it's cool because it's a TS73. It's a nice knife, titanium framelock flipper with D2 steel. And so I think he was just messing with it and had some fun and sold it on. And so Dustin up there at NAU, he sent me a picture of this and some other knives, and I go, hey, that's cool. And he goes, yeah, I mean, you can buy it from me. I don't care. And so I did, and here it is. I just thought it'd be kind of fun. It's not your standard TS73, but, you can look at the reflection of that blade. Yeah, that's my calendar on the wall right there. You can see that. So in any case, you got standoffs here. Two of them. Like we say, a steel pocket clip. This nice machining through here. Fluted scales, whatever you want to call them. Looks like a proprietary pivot here, but, a small screwdriver would do the trick there. Or, one guy was saying, hey, you just take the end of a Phillips screwdriver and then kind of grind the tip off a little bit back, and then it'd fit right in there too. Oh, or a large Torx will fit in there too. So, I mean, you can kind of do because it'll make contact with these sides, so you could do that too. Just in case you were interested. But yeah, while I'm sitting here spacing off, I think it's about a 3.5-inch blade. Yeah, right at 3.5. Overall, 8.25, which is about 21 centimeters. So what, about 91 millimeters, somewhere in there. Overall. And the blade stock is, it's 4 millimeters. That's pretty thick stuff, actually, for a little knife like this. Come on, let's get in here. So 151 or 0.151 inches. Yeah, almost 4 millimeters. Not bad. Let's see if we can get some gauge here on the thickness of the handle. So 11.3 millimeters, which is 0.44 of an inch. So not quite a half an inch. Feels good in the hand, though. It's a nice little knife. You know, it's just a good little EDC. You got an open area here to run a lanyard through here. So that's good. I don't know. I mean, it just depends if you like the style. TwoSun makes a lot of cool different styles. But I just thought, well, I'd throw this up on my channel. There was a guy that was interested to see if I had a TwoSun knife. And I said, yeah. Actually, this is, I'd had this for several months and then just never really got around to putting it up. But yeah, I'm going to put it up because I'm going to put it up for sale. I mean, seems like there's a lot of interest in these, even though you can grab this off a DH gate, you know. So this is not one of those tough ones to get necessarily, but it's interesting and it, you know, yeah. It's kind of a muffled, like real smooth muffled feel when you flip it. It doesn't have that obvious like click, you know, like a lot of knives do. It's real muffled. It feels strange in that respect. I don't know what it's hitting. It's like hitting, it's like when something runs into a piece of lead that's soft and you got that kind of, you know, not real click type sound. But I don't know. I mean, that's just the way it is. Maybe it's the result of whatever the guy on Instagram did to it when he pimped it. But it's not a real clicky sound, but it flips fine. I'd say the detent is probably like a somewhere between maybe a 6.5 and a 7. It's not real heavy detent. See, you can gravity flip it out if you want, but it opens as long as you're intentional with it. I mean, it just flies open real easy and nice. See that? See this jimping up here? That you can feel that, but there's not much there for traction. There really isn't. Not a whole lot of any kind of traction around here. You can see that this side of the scale is slightly raised, so it makes it easy to get that lock bar disengaged and drop it back down. But the detent's good. I mean, as far as, see that? Clicks right in, no play in the detent. Pretty well centered right there. Looks good. No blade player lock rock on this thing. It's solid. So, nice little knife. I don't know. I thought the anode job was kind of interesting. I mean, he didn't take so it's not like starting with a really light titanium and then going from there. This is kind of just putting some rainbow accents in the dark. And the lock bar just doesn't look quite the same, does it? It's like that didn't really take. But in any case, I mean, just as a change up in a way, kind kind of fun. Now, if you're going to carry this dog, how much would it weigh in your pocket? Well, we'll find out here pretty quick. Throw it on down there. 4.1 ounces. So, I mean, it is solid titanium. Over 8 inches long. So, 117 grams. Pretty light. Pretty light. I mean, it feels substantial because it's not a huge knife. But, 3.5-inch blade, 8 1/4 overall. Yeah, it's still a reasonably decent sized knife. Open, design, easy cleaning, D2, and, it feels reasonably sharp. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's got a good working edge here, and I don't know if that guy tuned that up or not when he pimped it. Probably did, maybe stroked the edge a little bit, although I don't know that it needed it, and I don't think this thing's ever really been carried or used. And it came in this pouch. That's the way I got it. Who knows how it really came. Probably came in one of the little TwoSun boxes, right? But this thing came in this little pouch. Like, yay. So I thought, hey, that's cool. Comes in a little neat little zipper pouch. It's already anode, mirrored blade. I mean, it's crazy reflective blade. And fun little carry knife. I mean, if we're going to get the TwoSun knives in here, we might as well, try and get all the models we can. And I've got one other coming in that I know of, and other than that, I think it's the TS38 that I'm going to be reviewing, either the 38 or 39. I think I'm working on both, but I think the 38's headed my way or going to be soon. And they have an option with M390, which kicks the price up to like $119. Otherwise, it's around like $60 or whatever your best bid is on the D2 side. So, cool knife. Just thought I'd give you a look at it and not take too much of your time. But, these are studio lights. Actually, in the sunlight, it's a little bit more brilliant. But still kind of interesting. Although, right in the right light, you're not really getting much. I mean, if you don't get the play off of there, then, So it's kind of a stealth anode job. But the blade's shiny, that's for sure. Flip's great, centered. Good knife. Thank you for joining me. We're not all doing real high artsy-fartsy knives, are we? These are affordable. So, going down that road for a while. Back to affordability and fun. Because we love them knives. Stay sharp.